Hello, my name is Solar Cordial and I love BTS. So this week is episode 4 of Burn the Stage and I really enjoyed it. Nothing has given me as bad anxiety as Cookie has, and this one really didn't give me that much anxiety. It just kind of made me like look at them more as people, which I think that's why they're doing it, is so that you see them more as people. But I think it really did show like a real like human aspect to them, and like I'm like, whoa, they're people. They're like, they have flaws and they're insecure and they fight and they argue, and it's really nice and it's really refreshing to see them as people, which might sound really weird, like, oh my god, they're people, but like sometimes like you look at them and you're like, wait, you're so gorgeous and you're so talented, you're not a person, you're just like a mythical creature that came down from the heavens and you're just here to grace my heart with your wonderfulness. So I'm gonna start off with Jimin. I am going to say this again. Jimin needs to be more confident in himself because he is so incredibly talented. It's mind-boggling and he just doesn't see it. Perfectionism and insecurity, and putting those two together, it's kind of like taking both positive ends of a magnet and trying to put it together and trying to get it to fit and trying to get it to like connect and work together, and then it's just, no matter what you do, it's never going to work out. I couldn't even see why he was upset. I know he wasn't happy with how he performed in like just the rehearsal. Like it was the rehearsal, it wasn't even like the real performance, but he just got so bogged down and I was like, no, I don't want to see Jimin crying. No, not today. No, not today. Da. I don't know the words because I don't speak Korean. But it was also like, it was nice to see the other members like comforting him and trying to like reassure him, like, Jimin, like, you're doing great, you did fantastically, like, it's fine, you're going to do it great, and the audience are going to think that you're great no matter what happens. He just wasn't pleasing himself, and I feel like Jimin is always going to have this natural instillment of an insecurity. He was the last to join BTS, and he had the shortest training period with BTS. He also never intended to be a singer, he never intended to be a K-pop idol. He was a dancer. He was in school to do dancing, and then one of the teachers would just like, you should audition to be an idol, and you know, you should try and see if you can make it in K-pop. So like, he had to learn how to sing, he had to learn how to perform as a singer and not just a dancer. So I feel like that's always going to be in the back of his head, and that's always going to have this like little insecurity in him. I really like the small thing he said where he was like, sing as if you're yawning, because my music professor always says that. Sing is like, not like always sing as if you're yawning, like don't like go around and sing as if you're yawning all the time, but on certain sounds try having like a yawning sound, like Ria. I don't think that was very good what I did there, but like but like just think of some of Jimin's songs, like caught in a lie, da 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 da, and having that like open sound, put in a lie, is like, it's I literally just made strings on an instrument vibrate somewhere, my ukulele. But yeah, so like he knows what he's doing, he just doesn't have any confidence in himself. I also just liked what Namjoon said about J-Hope, and that J-Hope never complains. Like, you see him, he's like this happy, positive person. He works so hard, and you see them like massaging his muscles, and like you see him like be like so exhausted, but he never complains. I'm like, J-Hope, you need to complain sometime. Like, I'm Irish, we complain a lot. I try not to complain. I do sometimes. But it is good to complain occasionally. Now, there are some Irish people who they could literally win the lotto and find out that they are immune to all diseases and still find something to complain about. Like, we could end world hunger, have world peace. The Irish would find something to complain about. J-Hope, don't always hold it in. You need to, like, complain sometimes. Please. Okay, now we're gonna get on to the really serious part of this. You know, there's always, like, lightheartedness and, like, Jimin, obviously that wasn't lighthearted, but they did kind of go past it quite quickly. It wasn't like a very big focal point, you know, everything else kind of goes by quickly. You know, you just see happy moments of them, like all this man screaming, and you just see them kind of like practice on stage, and just see them chilling. There's always a serious part of each episode, and I think this is to try to teach you little bits about the band and the members and blah blah blah. So there was the fight. there was a fight between Taehyung and Jin. Now, it was a pretty irrational fight. Neither one of them was right. It was just kind of continuously getting more heated and heated and heated, and there was no reason for it to get that heated, but I think I know why it happened. Now, Taehyung, when he was talking about it later, he was like, I don't even know why we got that heated. I don't even know why we got that upset over such a small thing. He's basically just like, Taehyung was saying like, oh, you need to move faster to your place. And Jin was like, I am going as fast as I can. And Taehyung was like, no, you're not. And then Jin was like, you should take smaller strides. And he was like, no, I can't. I'm already taking really small strides. And like, that's just like petty. And like, there was no malicious intent when it started. It wasn't like Taehyung walked up to Jin and was like, you're crap at this. Those kinds of arguments where it's like just different perspectives and being like, you need to move faster, no, you need to move slower, and then blah, blah, blah. Those kind of arguments can never be solved in that moment. Blah. And so I did think that the other members were very good at handling that, being like, here, look, both of you calm down. This isn't what we need to be focusing on at the moment. Like, this isn't an important situation right now. Right now, we just need to focus on performing. We need to focus on doing the best performance we possibly can right now, right here, right now. We don't have time to complain about this. We don't have time to be a little... And, you know, that shows maturity on the team as a whole. Taehyung said he didn't even know why they started, like, why it got so heated. I think they're tired and exhausted, and you know when you're really irritated, like, he could have just been, like, extra tired that day, a little bit more exhausted, and so it just kind of something clicked in your brain, you're just like, brrr! Which happens, you know, like, when you get really upset, like, I remember crying once because I couldn't have a shower, and, like, proper breaking down crying. I was probably just really, really tired, but they were mature about it. It's about teamwork. It's about the whole group. It's not about individual people. It's not about V. It's not about Jin. It's not about Namjoon. It's not about Jungkook. It's about the team as a whole unit and making sure the team looks good and the show works out properly. Leaving things to fester is literally like one of the worst things you can do, and I think that really showed maturity and experience as a group, that even if it was over something small, like that was really small. I feel like that was a small argument. It wasn't over something huge. It was over an argument over dance moves. Which I think somebody pointed out, it was good that they were fighting over the dance rather than like food or like something smaller than that. At least it was something productive to do with the team. And you know, Namjoon, being the great leader he is, kind of gave his opinion. Everybody kind of like put in little things there, here and there. And Rose was there to make sure that it didn't get heated again. What showed maturity about the boys was V was able to say, I was being a little bit selfish and I wasn't taking your opinions into consideration. And then Jin was able to say, I was disregarding everything you said without even thinking about it. Also, we need to remember that they are Korean. Oh my god, did you know that BTS are Korean? Like, I didn't know. I thought they were American. Haha. I don't know where that came from. But in Korea, age is very important. And like, being older than somebody means you need a little bit more respect. You need to have a little bit more respect for your elders. Even if they are just a year or two older than you, you need to have respect for them. And that meant that V was kind of hurting Jin's pride. And Jin was getting annoyed that V was being disrespectful to him because of the age difference. Now that is something I don't personally understand. I'm Irish. I do not respect most of my elders because they've got crosses stuck up their assholes. That was really bad. I probably shouldn't have said that, but you know. I don't respect most of my elders in my country. Blech. I mean, if they want, they can earn it, but like, blech. And again, just a little thing about the angle was the way they put you in. It's as if you were sitting in on the conversation. It was as if you were there talking with them, which I felt was like a really like nice homely atmosphere to it. You know, they would never ever set out to maliciously hurt each other. They would never ever set out to be like, I'm gonna upset Jin today. I'm going to upset Suga today. I'm going to annoy J-Hope today just because I want to. Like, I don't think they'd ever do that. And it seems to me, the way they handled it, that they are very good at handling arguments, that they are used to it. Obviously, they've lived together for nearly 10 years. They're bound to run into arguments. I forget what I was saying. I'm so tired. Ooh. But also, because they're always together, sometimes the boundary between serious and joking can be crossed, and something that's supposed to be lighthearted, like Jin was kind of lightheartedly joking back at V, and V just wasn't taking it. He was probably tired, probably cranky. So yeah, the serious and joke can be crossed, and sometimes, like I think Namjoon said, you guys can take your jokes too seriously sometimes. Too far. Sorry, not too seriously. You can take your jokes too far sometimes. But it was also great to see them sorting it as a group and then one-on-one, and just seeing them acknowledging what they did wrong, seeing that both of them made mistakes. It wasn't like one person was completely in the wrong and one person was completely in the right. It was about seeing what you did wrong and how you can improve on yourself as a person. So good. Sorry if my this week review isn't as thorough as other weeks, because I have an assignment due tomorrow and I need to start it because I haven't started it yet. And I wasn't able to watch it twice. I was able to watch it once and then like go back to specific points and look at different specific points that I remembered in my head. So, discuss it in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on my social media, they've been linked down below, and I will see you when I see you. Okay, bye!